Hello guys, welcome to another session. In this session, we are going to look into pseudo selectors. So let's start our discussion. So what is pseudo classes? So the definition for the pseudo classes is a CSS pseudo class is a keyword added to a selector that specifies a special state of the selected elements. So what does it mean? So in simple term, we can tell that pseudo classes is a special keyword that will go after selectors. So now the question comes over here is that why do we use it? So it can be used to target special behavioral states as well as it can also be used to target advanced structural elements. So basically it is divided into two pseudo class groups. So let's look into that. So if you closely look into this diagram, then you will find that the pseudo class group is divided into two parts. One is the dynamic, another one is the structural. So dynamic pseudo class is basically based on behavior, and the example which fall into this category is the hover effect. You must be observing that whenever you are hovering on any page link, so you must be getting some effect. Another example you can see on the web page, whenever if you are hovering any button, then it is giving us some different effect. For example, this is a web page and here we are having small buttons. If you hover over here, then you will find that it look like it is being selected. So all these things are coming from the hover effect. So this is one of the example. There is another type of pseudo class groups is called structural, that basically we can use to target the elements which exist within the web page as parent child relationship. For example, if we are having an UL tag and within the UL tag we are having the li tag, and within that we want to target the last element should have different style, then we can use the structural pseudo class groups. One more thing I wanted to tell it over here is that not all the pseudo classes falls into two groups, but most of them falls into pseudo class groups. So let's jump into the Visual Studio Code and we will do some example over there. So we are into the Visual Studio Code and the kind of setup we are having is the same whatever we are using earlier. You can also use this resource from the resource section. So we are having the following setup. We are having the web page. This is the HTML document, and within that we are having the body tag, and within that we are having div element. It has two div element. One is having the nested structure with the p tag, with the span tag, and we are also having the ul, and within that we are having the li tag. So what we are going to do over here, that we are going to use the anchor tag and we will apply the dynamic effect over here with the use of hover effect. So let's do it. So how we can write it? We can tell that we want to target anchor tag and the hover, and here we need to specify the CSS rule. So we can tell that color is going to be green whenever I will hover over there. Save it. So let's run it. So how we can run it? We can select this HTML document, press F1, and then it will give us this option, simple HTTP server, create HTTP server with current file. So select this one. It will give us an option to open in browser. So let's select it. Now we are into the web page which we have designed over here. So here there is one hyperlink, that is an anchor tag called Twitter. Now if we will hover over there, then you will see that it is changing to the green color. So see here, it is changed to the green color. So this is the hover effect, and that is coming from the pseudo class dynamic group. In the upcoming session, I will give you the example of structural pseudo class group, but for a time being I am just giving you the simple example so that you can understand it better. Now let's write some more pseudo class. Now let's do something weird. So here what we are going to do, we are going to select this main tag and we will apply some pseudo class on it, and whenever we are selecting this, it is going to change the color, background color. So how we can do that? So you can write that main content and then you need to specify that hover and tell that the background color we want to change it. So let's do it, and we are going to tell that background color is going to be gray. Save it. Now jump into the browser and look into the effect. So see here, whenever you hover this, then you will find that it is changing the background color for this particular div. So with this example, I am stopping over here. We will do some more example in the upcoming session. So till then, bye bye, take care.